I review a lot of different solar generators and power stations, and Lion Energy has been around for a long time. That's a company out of Utah, and they have a number of different units. The thing that I like most about them is that they're simple, no frills, they just work. And this is the Summit unit. I've been using it for a while now, and again, it just works. There's nothing extravagant or nice or anything super that sticks out about it. It's just if you want a reliable system for portable power for running a DC fridge or battery chargers or your drone charger or anything like that, it works. It's that simple. And I want to show you this system to show you how well it works with solar rechargeability, wall charging, all of that in this short video. So that way you can know if this is something that may work for you. Now, the system's very basic and it likes to turn off on its own very quickly, so keep that in mind. It doesn't stay on its own very well. It has a 22 volt and 10 amp input, which is for solar and for the wall charging, so you can't do solar and wall charging at the same time. But I'm going to get into the solar charging here in a bit. This is the power adapter brick. You have to use this for the wall charger to get it charged up, and it just has an Anderson power pole connector. I do like Anderson power pole connectors. However, I really would have preferred a system that just use a normal C13 to NEMA 515 plug, and that is this right here. This is the most common power cable you'll find around, and this is a C13 plug here, and this is a NEMA 515 plug right here. And what's nice about it is there's no power adapter brick. It's basically built into the solar generator, at least on other systems, whereas this one, it's right here in this brick adapter. It does come with the user manual. It is very easy to read and has a ton of information in here. And then you can use any Anderson power pole to MC4 adapter to work with the solar panels, and I'll show you that here in a second. We have multiple USB outlets right here, the DC on button right here, and then our cigarette lighter plug right there, rated up to 10 amp. Now, like I said at the beginning, there's nothing super special about this. It's just a system that works. This has kind of an oddball size inverter at 530 watts. It is pure sine wave. And then the battery is 665 watt hours. But for everyone who's always concerned, it is lithium iron phosphate or LFP or a LiFePO4. That's exactly what's in here. And this is a very rugged system. I'm telling you, this can seriously take a beating and it continues working. Now, there's nothing really crazy to go over because it's such a simple system. I've already given you the specs. It will run these NEMA 515 ports here really well. But one thing I want to test right here with you is, can you charge it from a wall outlet while still running a load? Let's test that right now. You'd be surprised that not a lot of systems can do this, and so this is one of the things that I really like to test. So let's turn on AC power. Okay, blue light comes on. We have 138 watts going in. Plug this in. Turns on my lights, and we are outputting 193, 192 watts right now, inputting 137. So it's technically discharging right now, and it does show you the expected runtime here on the right side of the screen, and it currently says time to empty. When I unplug this, it's going to change, and now it's going to say time to full. So it does have the ability to either do pass-through and or UPS, which means you could use this to connect it to a refrigerator or something like that, and run that as a small amount of power for a refrigerator or a computer or some lights or Wi-Fi or something like that. You could have it plugged into this all the time, so that way it continues to run that equipment as soon as the grid power goes down. Now, you may have seen it was getting about 137 to 138 watts in with the power adapter, and that's about the same I got with the solar, but I want to show you exactly how I set that up to maximize the solar input on this. So let's jump right to that. On the Lion Energy Summit, it uses an Anderson power pole connector, which is just these red and black connectors here. And the nice thing about that is with Anderson power pole, you can change the orientation on them. These just slide together like so, go in right there, and I've got that connection. Now, this is rated to 22 volts and 10 amps. I'm gonna go ahead and start with two 100 watt solar panels that are connected in parallel, which means that there's a 2-to-1 branch connector. So you see right now, I'm at 21.7 volts, no amps because there's no load. Connect those in, and we'll see what happens here. There's almost a 10% difference between what's being read here in the watt meter versus what's on the screen, but we are getting somewhere around 140 watts in, almost 8 amps at almost 19 volts. Now I'm going to connect a 200 watt panel and see what happens. So I've got the 200 watt panel connected, and I'm doing a little bit more amps, it looks like, but a little bit lower volts, getting almost the exact same watts in. So it almost makes me wonder if this is being controlled to be close to 140 watts in, because with both of those setups, we're getting almost the exact same input. That's very interesting. Overall, the panel configuration with two 100 watt panels and the 200 watt panel is the max that you would be able to connect to this anyway. So this is what you can expect in a full, clear, sunny day using these types of solar panels. So it can recharge in a single day using solar. However, you're not going to be able to charge it from 0 to full in a single day from solar panels while still running equipment, because there's just not enough solar input. So for me, that is a negative thing. So you definitely want to take that into consideration when looking at this unit. There's no app or anything like that to use with it, but one thing that has been really good is their customer service. I've talked with the customer service and they are very helpful. They're knowledgeable, they're able to answer my questions, and I don't try to get super technical with my questions, but simple things like, hey, how many volts and amps can go into the charge controller? You would be surprised at the number of customer service reps that don't know their own charge parameter of the systems that they are supposed to be helping people with. So I was glad that they are able to answer those questions and be very knowledgeable. Having good customer support is a really big deal. I'm going to be doing a lot of other reviews on the Lion Energy equipment, hopefully in the near future. So this gets the job done for mobile power. Most commonly, how I have used it is recharging battery packs for my cordless drills when I'm up at my off-grid cabin doing projects away from the cabin, because everything up there is 100% off-grid. The closest power line is 5 miles away. We use systems like this all the time just to have portable power for running those little things. I've also used it to recharge my drone batteries, and that works really well. So no, I don't recommend it for emergency preparedness because it's not big enough for that, and it does lack a little bit of more solar input, but it is a power station that works as advertised. At minimum, they're doing that with great customer service. So remember to be prepared for self-rescue. I'll see you guys in the next video.